Weather Authority and Exact Track 4D, cutting edge technology, giving you the most accurate forecast down to your street.
So it's outdoor kind of thing, and it looks as if the weather will be participating nicely.
Looking better. What time does it start?
5.
All right, so we might be skirting a couple of spotty showers. Right now they're north of downtown and heading over toward the airport, and I'm not seeing much coming in behind it. As a matter of fact, we'll nerd out here a little bit in the realm of weather world. I want to show you something neat.
You always do that.
Well, that's pretty much what I do every day. But this is cool. All right, so watch this. You see that big area here, Middleburg over to St. Augustine and into Palatka, where it is just etched out of the cloud cover. So we had some very weak storms, but what is cooler is that the cooler temperatures here, cooler air aloft, as its job is to sink in the atmosphere, what it's done is, there's my bar, clickety click. It has drawn out in this little area here, kind of punched through and gotten rid of some clouds. Same idea up around parts of Waycross over Charlton County and getting closer to I-95. So that's the dry air that is dropping south, and we saw the dew points from that. The result at Lake City had gotten down to about 55. It has since moved back to 59, and meanwhile that same dew point here in Jacksonville has hovered around the 60s. So we're getting these cool little blasts here of what will be the drier air, showing that finally the stability is coming back to our forecast, with most of what we're seeing right now, like I mentioned, well north of downtown, north of I-10, and getting closer to the airport. So let's zip in a little bit closer here, and this is what we're watching around Densmore, Highway 301, just to the north of Baldwin. It's already moved through these areas as it's moved from the south to the north. We'll continue to creep over the airport. That's where the radar is here, Pecan Park, and then into Nassauville. Meanwhile, what we're seeing here offshore continues to move away. I was watching some spotty shower activity here around Brunswick that has also since passed in, moved out over the Golden Isles, and what is left over moving to the north away from Waycross, just outside of Highway 84 for Blackshear and Patterson, just on the periphery. But there is what it looks like as we take the tower cam. So even though we're north of downtown, we can still look sort of to the backside here of our shower. No lightning associated with it as it continues to move away. Get on, scat, get out of here. We don't need you around here anymore. Please come back later. But as far as the wet weather, I think we're all done, and we've got plenty of leftover buckets and ponds and puddles and everything that may have some skeeters left over. The temperatures after those showers had gone through, I was talking about the dew points, had dropped down to 71 degrees. We bounced back to 80 there at the airport, but you can see the evidence, like I was mentioning, since it passed through I-10 and US 90. Cooling off McClenny down to 75 degrees, and you can see the water here. So the airport, after we saw some of the showers, and there will be more coming through. And I think that we might be able to pick up just the tail end of those as we take you into 5 o'clock, as they'll be moving along the 95 corridor and then aiming out over the anywhere from around, say, St. Mary's northward up through Fernandina and continuing here into, or Fernandina into St. Mary's, and then getting up to Brunswick a little bit later on. But there's 8 o'clock at night, and I would say aside from a very weak shower after that, we pretty much wind things down. The clouds will get out of here. We've got the clearer skies overnight tonight, and things will be able to settle down, even with what will still be the remnants there of that southwesterly flow. The atmosphere starts to stabilize, and it's all of the dry air pushing through. This is pretty cool. Here's that little plume of moisture that brought those showers that we're tracking right now. There you go. As it continues, there's 415. Otherwise, the drier air will swing back in and clear things out. 60s overnight tonight and into the start of our Wednesday, and Wednesday marks the next big change, and that is a return to what will be summertime temperatures in near record highs. So enjoy these morning hours, especially if you've got a view like that out at Wellborn. If I had a view like that, it would be tough to get me to come back to work. So the nanometer, as we look ahead to the Wednesday, will make it a 9. We get ready for a streak. Now, what will be those near record highs? We'll start with temperatures in the lower 60s. We should be in the mid 80s. I mean, we're talking 10, 11 degrees warmer than that Friday, Saturday, and into the upcoming weekend. And as you see, Tarek, the 7-day stretch is void of any rain chances.
All right, those ACs are going to be pumping, Richard. Thank you. All right, nearly half